Hey everybody, welcome to Dave's Saturday Morning Podcast. This is the first one I'm making public. So hello new fans. I'm going to start off by saying that I take questions every week. You can shoot me an email with your question or concern or literally anything you want. Maybe I'll read it on my podcast, maybe not. At davesaturdaypodcast@gmail.com. That's DAVESSATURDAYPODCAST@gmail.com. I spelled it out for you. There you go. You've got no excuse not to ask anything you want. I do not care what the content is. I'll probably read it. I have no questions this week because no one emailed because I haven't made this public. So that's why. Okay. Let's talk about my week. What a stressful nightmare this week has been. Holy smokes. Monday and Tuesday were normal days. Nothing really happened. Sunday, nothing really happened. But Wednesday I woke up and made a horrible life decision. Put my life savings into GameStop. And man, was that a bad idea. I didn't lose money yet, but I'm sweating. Franken hate Wall Street because they're smarter. You don't know what's going on. A bunch of people wanted to force the price of GameStop down by betting on it to go down. People bought it up, it went up. Now these people are trying to cover themselves. And the way they're going to do that is by buying more shares of GameStop. They have to do so by February 9th. The data that's available to them exceeds by a lot the data that's available to me. So we'll see what happens Monday or Tuesday. But it's sweaty, and then a lot of things economically have happened. Robinhood stopped letting people buy stuff. I found out later that was because if they didn't, they were going to go bankrupt because of how they function as a company. And they would rather take a lawsuit for market manipulation than go bankrupt. I understand that, but I'm not going to use their app anymore probably. So that's the boring stuff. The fun stuff, Super Bowl's next week. Yeah, can't wait to watch the Chiefs win. I thought Patrick Mahomes was going to be out and then the Bills would have had a chance, but no sir. That's all I know about football. Yeah, and there's plenty of fish in the sea. That's what they tell me. I got a little nervous. I was going to die alone earlier Friday when I was sitting in my house looking at the stocks, hoping they would crash. They didn't. And by crash, I mean the short squeeze, which if you want to know what short squeeze is, just look it up. I'm not going to sit here for 2 hours and try and explain it. It's a real pain. Didn't go on a hike this week because of that. I had a friend over last night. We watched a movie, had some pizza. So that ruined my entire diet for the week. I don't care. I ate pizza this morning too. What are you going to do about it? I'm probably going to run up freaking 5 miles just to feel better about myself. I had a long week at work. I stayed late 3 days to do filing and catch up on my filing. It was way behind and now it's completely caught up. I missed like one thing that didn't even matter, so I'm okay with that. So that's my week. I hope your week was good. Probably wasn't because we're in the middle of a pandemic. It's a nightmare. I want to go perform and I can't. I'm gonna move. I can say that now to people because it's confirmed. I'm gonna move. I'm moving a couple months. Moving in with some good friends of mine. We're gonna have a lot of fun. And now I have to figure out how to get all my stuff over there. I think I'm just gonna use a truck. I don't know how else I'd get it over there. I don't know. Maybe I'll carry it. walk 5 miles both ways. No, I think it was like 2 miles actually. Either way, I'm not gonna carry all my stuff. I'm not an idiot. Maybe it is 5 miles. I don't care. It doesn't matter. So I'm moving. I bought Werther's Originals. I bought those because they're really low calories and they're sucking candy, so you don't go through them too fast. I'm turning 24 in a week and a half. Well, I guess I'll be 24 the next time I record a podcast. Shoot. Yeah, I turn 24 next Friday. Wow. Go me. I'm 24 and all I've done is gotten a decent job that's not even that decent because the income is not the best, but I don't care. I'm happy with it. Let's see what happens when I turn 25. Probably not much more because the pandemic's probably still going to be going on. Maybe not. Maybe I'll get lucky. Well, the news this week was only the stocks for me, really. That's all I focused on. It gave me a horrible headache, but I have learned so much about the stock market. And I probably will get in a little bit more into day trading because I know why things function a little bit more now. The way they function is if the hedge funds like them, they'll go up. And if the hedge funds don't, they'll go down. That's what I learned. So I'll just follow what the hedge funds are buying, if that's even legal. That should be legal. Who knows? Who knows? As you can hear, my anger is getting to me a little bit. I have no clue why at all. But I have not snapped this week, which is great. I'm not angry very often either. I think I'm angry because I've had to deal with doing my job and trying to not lose money at the same time. And that, I think, is very stressful. I did everything in my job fine. It was just looking at, between each task, just reading an article. I'm going to stop talking about the stock thing, even though that's all I've talked about all week. I need to come up with something else, man. I'm going to bore you out of your mind. If you've gotten this far, congratulations. You need an award for listening. I'm going to give you the listening award. All you got to do is email me your question at Dave Saturday Podcast at gmail.com. Email me your question. I'll give you the great listening award. I'll figure out what that is. Maybe it'll just Photoshop something. Okay, well, to all you new listeners that are listening this far, my brain forget disconnect from everything. What's wrong with me? All right. If you listen this far and you're new, here's how I do things. Every Saturday, sometime between 8 in the morning and 8 at night, I put this podcast on YouTube. It's the only place I put it. And that's it. That's how the podcast works. So once a week, that's it. I told you about the email me for questions stuff at davesaturdaypodcast at gmail.com. Please ask anything. I don't care what you put. You can give me advice on stocks. You can give me advice on football. You can tell me about your favorite hibachi. I do not care. Send me anything you like. Do not send me things that could get you incriminated or me incriminated. That's difficult, but I can think of a couple things. You send me through an email, and I forget about it. I'm going to prison. There's really one thing, if you can't send it to me at all. So if anybody knows, I've been trying to get into grilling. So if anybody has any grilling tips, let me know in my email at davesaturdaypodcast.com, and I will read them next week. Okay, definitely not stealing everything I do from Bill Burr. Or I am. It doesn't matter. Nothing's original. Except for Werther's original. The greatest candy ever, because it's not a lot of calories and I like the taste. And it lasts longer than a gummy worm. Hey, you guys see the UFC this week? Conor McGregor lost. I wasn't super shocked because the guy's kind of old and frail. He was really good when he was really good. And now he's okay. He's not the same guy he was. He doesn't have that same fire. I am convinced. So this guy loves to spend his money. I'm convinced that he went into a little bit too much debt, and he was just doing this fight to make some money back. And if he had won, he would have made more. But I don't know. His finances, I think, are the reason he fought, because he really had no good reason to fight other than I want to prove I could beat this guy even though I'm past my prime. And he is past his prime. So that was that. I should tell you now, my podcast will only be like 15 minutes long until my life gets more interesting. So for the next probably 20 episodes, it's only going to be 15 minutes of you listening to me ramble about things that maybe aren't interesting, because I'm not doing anything. I want to go to the beach again. I miss going to the beach. Go on a nice long walk out by the ocean on the beach. And the beach I go to has an airport next to it, so planes fly back and forth as you go walking by the beach. They fly overhead. Wow, this was the biggest waste of a minute of your life. I would like to apologize for that one. I'm playing a lot of chess. Tata Steel chess tournaments going on right now, and man, is it crazy. Someone beat Magnus Carlsen. Magnus Carlsen's probably not going to win. Isn't that crazy? I don't think he cares, because he's still going to be like the best in the world. But Magnus Carlsen